Okay, sweet. Let's see, I think we're all good. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, we can, Ruthie, thanks.
Awesome, thank you guys. So I want this presentation to be as interactive as possible. So if you have any questions along the way, please unmute yourself and talk and ask away. I will have the presentation full screen, so I won't be able to see the questions come in, so please do unmute you. So let's kick it off and get first things first. I don't know if I've met most of you, so I want to give a quick intro of who I am and what I'm going to be talking about. So my name is Ruthie Senanayake. I know that Ruthie is a little. I am the social media manager here at Blueprint. I love working with social media. I've done it for so long, and I joke with people to say, you know, even when I was maybe like 10 or 11, my older sister made me get a Facebook account right when Facebook opened up for the public, and I had to lie about my age just to make an account. So I've had social media ever since I was super young, so I've known the platforms and I really enjoy learning new things about it. So yeah.
Hey, we can barely hear you. You keep cutting out.
Hello? Did someone say something?
Yeah, we can't hear you. You keep cutting in and out.
Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can switch my connection. Give me 1 second, guys. Can you guys hear me better now?
Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell, but if you can keep talking for a second, I'll let you know.
Okay. How about now? Can you guys hear me? Is this any better?
Seems better.
Okay, cool.
It's better. Maybe you want to turn off the camera.
Okay.
Take some bandwidth.
Yep, I will do that right now. Sorry about that, guys. Was not expecting that. Okay, let's hop back in. Okay, so again, please do let me know if you don't hear me later on, and I can see what we can do to adjust that. So my name is Ruthie, and again, I am from Sri Lanka. I've been doing social media forever, and I love doing it. So that's a quick synopsis of who I am, what I do. But why is it so important to have a social presence, especially right now? So the reason is everyone knows that majority of companies are working from home, and lots of people are online more than they were before. So it's super important that you stand out amongst all of the other accounts online. And we've also noticed that, you know, not many people at Blueprint have a very strong social presence. And so we want to make sure to change that so that everyone really stands out. What makes Blueprint so important is the people that work for it. So we really want our people to shine, and we want everyone's account to really be a great representation of who Blueprint is and what we do. And just over the past year, we've seen a crazy amount of increase in social traction on all of our pages. And so we want to make sure everyone is aware of what's going on in our social realm and how you can improve yours. So what is a personal brand? So the first thing is it's how you promote yourself, and it allows you to showcase your skills, your expertise, and experience and personality. And it's how you want to show, how you want the world to see you, and how you want to tell your story. A personal brand is what makes you memorable, what changes that go on in your life, how you can show those changes to everyone who is connected with you online, And you can also take control of how you are perceived online. Whether you like it or not, you are online. And so you want to make sure that you have control of that. And the best media is owned media. And the reason why is because you own it. You own your social platforms. So you get to control how other people see you. You can also share about what you're passionate about, and you can connect with like-minded individuals as well. So what are the different types of social presence? First of all, there's social media. It's the most obvious one. It doesn't matter what platform you're on, you want to be aware of how you present yourself. And this can be, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you're on, whether it's a blog, you want to make sure that you're presenting yourself to the best of your ability. And then the second one is communication. So email. This one can sometimes get lost, but you want to make sure, even if you have a very simple email signature, how are you promoting yourself through that email signature? Do you have your social platforms listed below your email signature? Do you have links to important events coming up? How are you messaging people online? Do you come off well to anyone you connect with, whether it's on messaging, whether it's on DMs? Whatever it is, you want to make sure your communication is really strong. And then networking. So this one, most recently, it's all virtual, but you want to make sure that you dress, act, and feel confident. Because when for me at least, when I dress up and when I look good, when I come into a online meeting, I want to make sure that I present myself well. So that makes me feel very confident about who I am, so that I can come off really well and have a good presence. So not many people know this, but many people won't trust advertising or professional branding, but they will trust someone they know. And to go off of what I said before, our people are what make Blueprint different. That is period what makes Blueprint stand out. So we want to make sure that how we present ourselves is showing that we are trustworthy, that we are amazing people, and that we want, we want to promote ourselves well. So the first thing is that we need to know about LinkedIn. So I'm going to go really in depth on LinkedIn, just because this is the most professional site. But if you have questions about any other platform such as Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, feel free to just ask away. So the first one is LinkedIn is not Facebook. This can really, it frustrates me so much when I see posts like this on LinkedIn. Yes, it's a very cute dog, and yes, pets are amazing, but these type of posts don't belong on LinkedIn. You want to keep anything on LinkedIn strictly professional. The next one is using a professional photo. So we have an incredible company that pays for our professional headshots. Take advantage of that and get some awesome headshots of yourself. If you feel like over the years, let's say you've worked at Blueprint for 5 years or whatever it is, and you feel like you look a little different from what you did when you started, get a new headshot, show the updated version of yourself. And it really helps you stand out, especially when you send someone a connection invite. You want to make sure that your profile looks really great, because a lot of the times people look straight at the profile photo, says, okay, is this person, posting great things or not? And a profile photo can tell a lot about a person. The same thing with the background image. After this, I will have Lonnie send out our new backgrounds that we've created over the past couple months, but we created these really cool backgrounds that really showcase how bold and awesome Blueprint is. And so we created a couple, but again, these are not necessarily something that you have to do. It's a nice to have, and you can always, have a more customized background. So if you take a look at some of our LT, they have photos of maybe a cool mountain that they've hiked, or something that really represents themselves. So use your profile to really show who you are. So this is kind of a new feature on LinkedIn. It has the ability to add your voice onto your profile. So with my name specifically, not a lot of people know how to pronounce it. And so if you click on that little voice button, you're able to listen to how I pronounce my name. And so this is a great tool for whenever you're connecting with someone online and you're going to hop on a call with them, make sure you connect this way. So yeah, one question or comment that came in, I just looked at that. It looks like yeah, if you don't have any way of getting a professional headshot, just take one yourself. Keep in mind, having a very clean and plain backdrop is going to be very helpful, and dress appropriately, and look online for some posing opportunities, and you will do great. All you have to do is, it can be on an iPhone. If you have an iPhone and have portrait mode, that one is always a great one to use as well. So the next one, I picked and chose a couple examples from my profile, from Susie's profile, from my husband. So I'm going to mix and match a couple to show you guys some great tips. So number 4 is using your About section as a summary to highlight your passion and key aspects of your personal brand. So this is where you can really stand out. You don't have to have a ton of information about, just your work and what you do for your job. It can be a bunch of different things. So this is Susie's one. It has some great information about, who she is as a person, what her passion is, what she does for work, and then what she does for fun as well. So that's a great way to stand out and show other people a little bit about yourself and your personal brand. You can also add visual content to your featured section. So this is what Susie had. She was voted for 30 under 30 winner, and there's a bunch of other things on there that she's added as well. So just keep in mind that there's a lot of things that you can do to update your profile and make it pop, and this featured section really helps that pop. So number 6 is providing detail in your experience section. We do have a boilerplate introduction to Blueprint that you can add in here right when you start at Blueprint, but what really helps you set you apart is when you talk a little bit more in depth about your role, what you do and what makes your role special, and how it can impact other people around you. So take that time to, take 5 to 10 minutes to really put together what you want to showcase to other people visiting your profile. So you can also list honors and awards you've achieved. This can be any courses you've taken, any organization that you're a part of. So if you were in a sorority, if you were in anything else, you can add that here. You can also add in languages that you speak, and it really helps showcase fully what you do and how you present yourself. So number 8 is that consistency of content is key. You want to make sure that you are consistent with what you post and that you are being really mindful about what you post. Not a lot of people know this as well, but on your activity section on your profile, so if you go to anyone's profile, they will have an activity section, and this is available for anyone to see. So if they hop onto your profile, someone will be able to see what things you like and what things you post about as well. So however you interact with other people's accounts. So let's say you comment on someone's post, that's going to pop up here. So you can see that I commented, congratulations, that's so exciting, or great article, Jason. Whatever it is, it'll all show up here. So being mindful about what you post. Again, being professional is so important on LinkedIn. You want to make sure that you aren't saying anything bad about people. You aren't trashing somebody else. I've seen those posts and they are not good. I've actually heard from someone that it was a recruiter that was looking at another person's activity section. They had, that person had gone through all of the levels of, interviews. They had confirmed that, yep, this is the perfect candidate. but the recruiter was looking through the activity section and seeing some of the comments that they had made on this profile, and it was terrible, and so they decided not to go with them. And so it really is important on how you showcase yourself. Make sure that anything you post really portrays your core values and Blueprint's core values as well, because when you post on LinkedIn, you're also showing off the Blueprint brand. So we want to make sure that everything is really consistent and professional. You also want to keep in mind what type of content you post. So this can be anything from articles to photos to news pieces or Blueprint articles, but just being mindful about what you post. So I've seen some people post a lot, some people post once every year. So being consistent is important, and something that has helped me is having a physical calendar. So let's say you add a calendar reminder every week on, let's say, a Wednesday or Thursday, whenever you have some extra time, just for 15 to 20 minutes, that reminds you to look at your LinkedIn or any other social platforms, and helps just remind you to go on there and post an article or interact with your audience that's on there. And when you interact with them, really be encouraging and post good comments that'll help showcase yourself well. Also be mindful whenever you are posting articles that you pick and choose what you want to post. So if you're posting articles from Blueprint, not everything is going to be beneficial to your audience. So pick and choose what is best for them. So if you have a lot of people in your audience that are enthusiastic about data science, choose articles that we post that have data science related to it. Or if there is a job posting that we put up that happens to be something in data science, you can then comment with someone you think would be a good fit for that. There's a lot of different things that you can do with that, so just take the time to really look into that and post unbiased articles as well. So if you're posting something just that you found online, make sure it's unbiased news articles or very good quality information that people will really benefit from, because you don't want to just be posting junk. You want to post stuff that would really help people. So number 9 is adding education, online courses, certificates, and volunteer experience. So this one kind of gets overlooked because the education section is usually filled out, but the license and certification stuff does not always get filled out. So Susie had taken a digital marketing certificate course and then added that on there. So whatever types of courses you can take, just add them on here. It really helps pump up your online platform. And then 10 is joining LinkedIn groups. This is also something that kind of gets lost in that. So whenever you want to join a group, all you have to do is search in the top search bar whatever type of group you want to join. Once you search that, under the drop down you can select groups, and that'll allow you to join a group. Some groups will allow you to automatically join, and some will have to they'll want you to get approved first. So there's different types of groups, so you can really join whatever type of group that fits you well. It helps you to meet new people and engage with audiences that you wouldn't have done before. Number 11, don't accept all invites. Now this is something some people would agree with me on, some people not so much. And that's up to you, but I can explain my side of why I think it's not a good idea to accept all invites. So the main reason is you want to make sure that all of the people you're connected with have a good representation of themselves as well. So sometimes I'll be scrolling on LinkedIn and I'll see people post unnecessary things on there, and I'll go and disconnect our connection. So those are some things you can do. If you're not sure, you can accept them, and then if they seem that they're not the best fit for you to be a connection with, go ahead and disconnect with them. One of the other things is also if you are talking to a client and they see that you're connected with someone who you really shouldn't be associated with in terms of what type of content they post all the time, that's another reason why you shouldn't be accepting everyone on there. So number 12 is using the LinkedIn daily rundown to stay on top of industry trends. So you can just look up in the search bar, LinkedIn daily rundown US, and they post a bunch of different things that really helps you stay in the know. Something similar to this is the morning brew, and Susie sent me this a while ago, and it's been super helpful for me. And that one is an email newsletter that gets sent daily. This one is the LinkedIn version of it. Not the same thing, but a little bit different. Those are both really great ones to just understand what's happening in the world. And in this particular case, it's just the US, but gives you great trends. That way, whenever you're talking to clients, whenever you're talking to anyone else, you can really be on top of everything. And then 13 is writing articles about what you're passionate about. So if you don't have a blog that you run yourself, but you really want to showcase what you're passionate about, I'll use the data science example again, but if you are in data science and you find some really great tools online that'll help, with whatever data science program you're working on, write an article about it. It's so helpful for not only for you to get that information out, but it helps anyone in your audience to see this, and people are able to engage with you, write comments, and give their feedback on how they see that as well. And just to write the article, it's a very, very simple step. All you have to go to is the newsfeed section right at the top. When you click right below start a post, you'll see write an article. That'll allow you to do that. Number 14, ask for recommendations. You don't always have to ask for them. Sometimes they automatically come, but you really want to make sure that that people around you know that you are trusted, and that you're validated. So you can you can request people to give you a review, and you can also add in, or you can give recommendations to anyone else as well. So this helps other people who come to your profile see, okay, well, this client recommended me in this way, or whatever it is. Number 15 is get creative with your content. It doesn't always have to be the same old articles every time, or sharing from Blueprint's page, or sharing an article from a news post that you saw. Get creative on what type of things you post. So this is my husband's profile. He, of course, he has me do a lot of the posting, but he comes up with a lot of the ideas as well on what he wants done. So he'll see really cool things posted by other people in his field, and he will send it to me, and we'll work on different creative ways that we can post about it. So one of the things that you can do is go off of the hashtags that are very trending. Maybe it's the Motivational Monday hashtag that you can post. That's a really great way of promoting your brand. That's not always just articles. So you can do pictures, you can do quick videos about a project that you're working on. It doesn't have to be really long. It can be super short as well. Maybe writing an article, or just if you go to meet a client at coffee, taking a photo of you at the coffee shop and saying, so excited to meet new clients, whatever it is. So getting a good variety of everything that you have is important. So I know I did a lot of talking, but if you take anything away from what I said, I want you to take away a couple things. Number one is give your profile a facelift. Really dig deep into your LinkedIn and take a couple, maybe 30 minutes of your day, and take the time to really focus on what ways you can impact your audience with what you post on here. Number two is interact weekly with our socials. So if it's an article you like, share it. If it's a hot job that you see on there and you find and you know someone in your audience would be a great fit for it, comment with their comment and tag them in that. and whatever it is, if it's liking a post, it always helps our socials as well. Number 3 is be consistent. Don't start off right now and then just forget about it in a couple months. And a quick way of doing that is just setting a reminder on your Outlook just to help you keep on track, and it really helps you stand out, and you'll get more followers on your LinkedIn and any other social site for that matter if you are consistent. So I know you might have some questions. I'd love to answer them for you. Before then, I just want to say really quick that if you have questions afterward, or if you want me to take a quick look at your social profiles, no matter what profile it is, just put 10 minutes on my calendar. My calendar is up to date, and I'd love to talk more. It's free, so it's a one-time deal. No, just kidding. But it is an awesome opportunity you can take just to, show me your profile, and we can work through that as well. And now, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them for you. Feel free to add them in the chat box too, if you have any.
This is great, Ruthie. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, of course.
Killed it, as always.
Thank you.
Hi, Ruthie. This is Tamara. I was just going to say, I really appreciate you giving and sharing all this with us, because I know my LinkedIn needs some desperate facelift and makeover.
Awesome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I know it's a ton of information, but this will be recorded, or it is recorded, so you can go through it again later on if you have any questions about it. But if anyone has questions about, let's say, Instagram, or if you have questions about Facebook, or learning how to differentiate how you post on each platform, that's also a great question to have. Okay, so I see a question from Scott. What if you use your dog picture to describe a business-related idea or professional subject? That is an awesome thing. So yes, that is totally fine, and actually encouraged, because who doesn't love dog photos? So definitely use that to your advantage. Like if you have your cute dog with a blueprint cap that you want to say, hey, my office assistant for the day, that's a great post to have. Has that good mix of professionalism as well as having that fun aspect to it too, and it'll help your post to stand out because everyone wants to look at a cute dog. So yes.
Ruthie, do you recommend any free tools if we're not a graphic designer? How potentially we could even use that dog photo to add context to it, or is there anything available to folks who are not graphic designers to make their content look better? Yes,
of course. So I am no graphic designer, but I do love designing fun stuff. And so I use Canva. It's an awesome free tool. They do have premium versions where it allows you to do a little bit more editing, but the free version is great as well. So look up Canva, C-A-N-V-A. And that is an awesome option in there as well. I have a question that came in. I can't see the speaker icon next to my name. So yes, if you go under editing your profile, that's where you'll be able to add it. But the trick is you have to do it on your phone. So look on your phone app, and then click on edit in your profile. That'll allow you to add your voice for your name. Okay, another question. How do you feel about tools like Hootsuite for managing social? Hootsuite is an awesome tool, especially because if you have 3 profiles or anything below 3 profiles, it's going to be free for you. So it is a great tool, and I love it because you can connect your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or LinkedIn, or whichever profiles you want to connect. and you can do one post to all of them in one go. So it helps you post something and schedule out very, very easily. But the trick to that is if you want to be very timely with your content, you want to make sure that you are doing that more often and not less often and scheduling out further in advance, unless it's content that is evergreen. So just keep that in mind when you're using that.
Hey Ruthie, it's Andrew. I've got a quick question about, I have lots of hobbies and they may not seem very consistent with each other. So is that kind of frowned upon to, like, if I like something that's about woodworking one day and then next day it's about software development or something like that, like, would you recommend to kind of keep that, you know, to try to narrow it down to just a few, or is it good to have a wide breadth of different things? I know you said be consistent, but if I'm consistently wide, maybe that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great question. So if you're talking, are you talking specifically about LinkedIn?
Yeah, sorry, about LinkedIn specifically.
Okay, yep. So for LinkedIn, I suggest keeping everything very professional. So whatever your hobbies are, if they are very professional, totally keep that wide variety. But if you have some of the posts, like maybe you said woodworking on there, I would keep that more on to the Facebook side of things. So just keeping a good separation between professional posts versus more personal type posts.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, I think we're good. So if you have any other questions come up later on, feel free to Slack me or send me a message on Teams or put something on my calendar to just do a quick run through of your profile. I'm happy to do that, except for Gary. Gary, I will charge you for that. So thank you guys so much for joining. It has been awesome to chat with you guys. And again, don't be afraid to ask me for any questions that come up in the future. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Ruthie.